Hello, glowers. Assalamualaikum. This video is the second part from the series titled War Crimes, committed by Israel. If you haven't watched the first part of this series, then click the top left icon to watch it. We know that the government of Israel had done some horrendous war crimes against the people of Palestine. But we do not know about these war crimes in details, so that is why we have made this video to spread awareness about the disasters that Palestinians have faced for decades. So here we go. Between 2nd and 11th April 2002, a siege and fierce fighting took place in a Palestinian refugee camp, which was situated in the city of Jenin. The camp was targeted during Operation Defensive Shield, after Israel determined that it had served as a launch site for numerous terrorist attacks against both Israeli civilians and Israeli towns and villages in the area. The battle was eventually won by the Israeli Defense Force, or ID for short. During the attack, Palestinian sources alleged that a massacre of hundreds of innocent Palestinian refugees. A senior Palestinian authority stated that allegedly that the IDF stripped away 500 innocent Palestinians' life away, like a bunch of ants with no remorse whatsoever. Israeli officials had also initially estimated hundreds of Palestinian deaths, but later said they expected the Palestinian toll to reach 45 to 55 deaths. Israel also tried to block UN from conducting a research for the death toll of the Palestine civilians. The UN dismissed the claims and reported that approximately 52 Palestinian civilians were murdered by the ruthless Israeli forces. At the same time, human rights organizations charged Israel with war crimes and crimes against humanity. In November, Amnesty International, a human rights group, reported that there was clear evidence that the IDF committed war crimes against Palestinian civilians in Jenin and Nablus. The report accused Israel of doing horrendous war crimes that no sane person can ever do, like blocking medical care, using people as human shields, shooting and killing unarmed civilians, including one in custody, bulldozing houses with residents inside. In one case, knowingly crushing a severely disabled man to death. In another case, killing 8 members of a family, the reckless killing of civilians with explosives charges on doors, mass arbitrary detentions and beatings of prisoners, which resulted in 1 death, and preventing ambulances and aid organizations from reaching the areas of combat, even after the fighting had reportedly stopped. All these horrendous war crimes are hidden from the media. Furthermore, Amnesty criticized the UN report, noting that its officials did not actually visit Jenin. The 2006 Lebanon War, also called the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah War, was a 34-day conflict in mainly Lebanon and northern Israel. In a report, Amnesty International also said that during the month-long conflict in Lebanon, Israel deliberately targeted civilian infrastructure and committed war crimes. Now let's head to the final war in this video. It just shows that the IDF are massacring the Palestinians, just like how we try to kill harmful germs and insects. But the Palestinians are not germs and insects, because they do not and did not harm Israel or any of its civilians. On March 24, 2009, a report from the UN team on 24 March 2009, a report from the UN team responsible for the protection of children in war zones was released. It found several uncountable war crimes that were done by Israel. The report found hundreds of violations of the rights of children and accused Israeli soldiers of using children as human shields, bulldozing a home with a woman and child still inside, and shelling a building they had ordered civilians into a day earlier. One case involved using an 11-year-old boy as a human shield by forcing him to enter suspected buildings first and also inspect bags. The report also mentioned the boy was used as a shield when Israeli soldiers came under fire. The Guardian, a British daily newspaper founded on 1821, has also received testimony from 3 Palestinian brothers, aged 14, 15, and 16, who all claim to have been used as human shields. Yes, brother and sister, they were using children. Yes, literal children as meat shields. They stole the bright and warm future of these innocent, joyful, pure Palestinian children and replaced it with a cold, gruesome, and sad death. Doings forever, as we, Glow, will always provide the truth and never lie about anything. In any other video, I would have told you if you'd enjoy this video. But in these types of videos, a person with humanity and soul cannot enjoy it. Only the government of Israel enjoy these horrendous war crimes.